Must have never had Nigerian jollof, Ali stick and go. Mix it up like Riddick Bowl. Mix Holyfield with smoking Joe. What's that? Smoke. Travis got 2 fights, 2 wins, and KJ got no fights, no losses. Tunde was the first guest on the show. You know that we only sit down with bosses. Wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. Master the craft like master knowledge. Inside fighting just like Tyson Reed, but they don't teach that in college. Money made, glamorous Jonas.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of The Red Corner.
Come on.
Bro, before we get into it, what's your tail of the tape?
Gee, you know my tail of the tape. I'm 0-0. Never fought, never lost. But if I did, someone's getting knocked out. But talk to me though, bro. What is your tail of the tape? What are you saying right now?
I'm 2-0, bro.
Come on.
50% knockout rate.
Come
Half
on.
the men that entered the ring with me, they left on their back.
Wow. But now, we're sitting here with a very special guest. You've seen her all over Sky. You've seen her doing that thing, just killing it. You've seen her get robbed. It was a robbery, according to me.
And I'm the scouser, you know. I'm the scouser and they're telling me about robberies.
We got the one and only Natasha Jonas right now. Let's go. Clap out. Oh, wait. What is your tail of the tape? You got
my tail of the tape. I think 10-1. I think there was 10-1-1, and right now I'm TKOing and homeschooling. That's where I'm. That's where I'm at. He's expelled. I've given up. I've resigned. It's hard work.
The lineal homeschool champ.
That's crazy as well. You know that it's not even easy. Have you been getting work and you're like, I actually don't know how to help you with this? Because I know that's happened to me.
I'm lucky because she's only 5, so it's only like it's like phonics and simple numbers. She's learning 0 to 20 and like the letters of the alphabet, but now she's learning phonics where she's putting them together. So I'm like, ka'ata, say fast. She's like, ka'ata. I'm saying, say faster, ka'ata. What did it say? Dog. I'm like, no! So yeah, I probably had a lot more patience than I do. Obviously,
the joke is on that though. My daughter's 4, and these phonics, they're tripping me up. I'll be saying stuff and she'll be like, that's not the sound. I've got that child. So that's what I'm saying. It's peak. It is peak right now. But welcome to the Red Corner. It's great to have you. And yeah, man, we're just gonna chop it up and just find out more about you. So I'm gonna say it off. What brought you into the gym? What was the first thing? Who was the person?
Tell us about day one of your start of the boxing career.
Day one, basically, I had played football in America. I was on a scholarship in a university, and I got injured and decided to come home. Like I had a year of doing nothing because of my injury, and I put on a lot of weight, lost a lot of mates, and I decided to go to my uncle's karate gym, and I was just training in there by myself week in, week out, trying to just get back into doing something because I had no motivation to do anything. And some woman was saying, why are you always training by yourself? You should come along to the women's only night at the Rotunda, the local gym, which was obviously the Rotunda. There's a great group of people. I think you'll really enjoy it. And it was just like a fitness thing. And I really honestly didn't want to go. I'd always liked to watch boxing, but I never wanted to do it. I didn't want to get punched in the face. And then she bugged me that much. I was like, right, just to shut this woman up, I'm going to go. So then the next time she asked me, I'll be like, didn't want to, didn't like it, I don't want to go anymore. And then I went, and that was like 16 years ago now.
Wow. And then, but I want to see.
Tell us about the was it soccer or American football?
Oh no, it was soccer. It was
Cool.
Yeah, it was off. No, I can't throw and I can't catch really.
Tell us about that experience. How long were you playing football before the injury?
Oh, I played football since I was a kid. I'm from Toxteth. It's quite a deprived area, low income families. So to buy a 99p ball and go and play for hours in the street, that's what we used to do. I had 2 older boy cousins. My mum was a young mum. So we had 2 older boy cousins who lived in our house because I live with my nan. And, you just did the things that boys do. And that was generally just go and get a ball and play football.
Do you know what's so funny already? What I kind of clocked about you is even the great stuff that you've done is kind of like casual. See, like, shit, shit to go to America. Like, yeah, I just play football with my cousin still, and then just end up in America and I came home. No, so what was that? Was that a weird experience as well? Going out to America, changing out, because obviously Liverpool straight over. Where did you go? What state was you in?
We was in New Jersey.
Okay.
St. Peter's, I think it was, and it was just I got they basically seen me play, and they'd said like I'd hunted, because I think at the time the American women had just won the World Cup. And there was a lady called Mia Hamm who was like the Messi of women's football. Okay. And I watched the World Cup, and I was thinking, oh my, she was the first woman to get £1 million sponsorship deal from Nike.
Yeah.
Me being me, I watched it and was like, oh, I'm well better than it. All I need to do is get to America. So then I started hunting and chasing down all these American universities, like writing to them, and they was the one that got back to me. And then they came over, watched me play. I went over and played over there, and he was like, yeah, we'll give you the scholarship. And I was like, sound.
You know what? You have to rate that drive. So what? Have you always had that? Once you're laser focused, and even in your fighting style, really, once you hone in on something, that's the target. Are you the kind of person that I just got to knock it down? I got to get it by hook or by crook? Is that would you say that's a big part of your characteristics?
I'm not, I don't know. I just know that, like, you know, people are quick to label you and put like barriers up about who you're going to be, where you're going to go, and what you're going to do, just because of, you know, where I was from, like how it looked, and, you know, what I enjoyed. And I just like to break all them break all them down and tear them apart and be like, the more you tell me I can't, the 100% I'm definitely going to do it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Have you
that one actually?
I know, I didn't realize it was going to be all these sound effects. I feel like I'm on like one extra or something.
we drop bombs on this shit. We drop bombs.
Man.
Go, man. Go
so, like, you see that feeling that you have, you know, when you saw her playing football and you thought, nah, I'm better than her. Has that translated in boxing? Like, are there times when you're watching a fight and you're in it, obviously you're, you know, paying attention, you're following it, and then it's that burning feeling comes in, and you're like, you know what, I want next. Has that translated? Yeah,
definitely. I think what boxing, like with many sports, you never ever stop learning, and there's so many different situations that you can get yourself in boxing, and no two are ever the same. But like you say, you watch, you learn, and you like. And then, you know, if that experience ever comes, you've got something to fall back on, or like, you know, mentally you've seen somewhere that how someone's done it, and that's you just like what did they say? A student of the game or something. Yeah. I think that's what the saying goes. So
yeah.
No, go on. Sorry, go. I was gonna say, tell us about your Olympic experience. What was that like, even qualifying for Team GB?
Like, so my mum told me the story of the first time. I don't even want to tell the dates because it shows how old I am. But I watched the 8 games in Seoul, and I was 4 at the time. And I said to my mum, I was obsessed with sport. It was the only thing I was really ever good at. And I said to my mum, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. So now you fast forward 24 years, and I qualified in China, and like getting out the ring, my mum burst into tears, and I was like, I'd been dead emotional, but I was all right. I held it together, and when I see my mum cry, I just burst out crying with her. I was like, what are you crying for? She was like, I remember you being that little kid saying I'm going to be there. I can't believe it took you about 105 different sports, you know, but you got there and you're in the end, and that's like so. And then when you're a Team GB athlete, I don't know for any other sport, but definitely for boxing, there's always something political that the UK or Great Britain or England mainly has done. So the whole world hates you. Like, there's like 500 people in the stadium, 480 every time they say your name will boo when they say your country. So the only people that you'll ever get a cheer for, or if you're against them, is they'll cheer. If there's Great Britain versus USA, they'll cheer Great Britain because they hate the USA more. So that's the only time you will ever get a cheer if you're abroad boxing. So when we went to the Olympics, now you've got 10,000 people, and you know, 99.9% of them were all for you. So when the curtains went back for every fight, they were like, Natasha Jonas of Great Britain, the crowd would go crazy. I was like, oh my God, this is actually cheering for me.
Because that must have been such a crazy experience as well. And especially calling it at such a young age, saying, listen, this is what I want to do. I'm going to definitely be here. And you've got this. That's the funny thing about this trait. You say something and it kind of happens. So I know that there's more for you in boxing. What are you saying? What do you when it's said and done and your career's over in boxing, what should we say to your name? What championship, what titles would you have liked to win, and how the defense and stuff? What are you talking about right now?
Everyone at 9 different weights and undisputed this, and you know that's.
You said 9 different weights.
No, I might get a little bit heavier as the time goes on. But I think any title from 130 to 140 is very realistic. You know, I started my amateur career a lot heavier. Started my amateur career nearly middleweight. Yeah. So yeah, I do want to be a world champion. As good as my amateur career was, I still don't think that I achieved what I could have, and it ate me a little bit up inside when I retired, because I was looking back. Even though I look back at it and fond memories, I think, oh, but I didn't get this and I didn't do that. And then I think now as a pro, to be able to say, right, a world champion, and then I'll sit back and consider what the options are and how far, you know, you do want to push it. Because it is one of them sports that you do see people staying in it, that one fight too long, that 2 fights too long, and people who've been like idols all of a sudden are becoming stepovers for newcomers, and you don't want to be like that either.
Yeah, we don't want that for anyone. Like that's the worst part, when it's drawing in close on a career and you're like, oh man, you used to be the gatekeeper, but now it's not even a gatekeeper situation. Now it's just like the gate's open, bruv.
Yeah.
You know,
so how did being an Olympian like help you, you know, as you turned over? So you turn over, you're straight out of the Olympics, or you know, you're coming through. Did you find it was beneficial, or did you feel like, you know, you still got the same treatment as kind of like other fighters who just turned over?
I think I had 2 years out. I had a little girl, and then it came back. And I think just because you have been an Olympian, if you know about boxing and you know about amateur boxing, then it was hard not to know about me. I think most people would recognise me, you know, Savannah and Nikki as we were the ones that went qualified. So most people would recognise us. Obviously, the likes of Chantel Cameron and Lisa Whiteside and stuff was in the team, but we're the ones that went. So they're the ones that people, when they say about women's boxing in this country, amateur women's boxing especially, that they're the ones that people know. Yeah,
I'm with you.
I was gonna say, so obviously Terry Harper, man. When are we getting the rematch? Is it been scheduled? Is it gonna happen? Like, what's really good right now? Because that was a liberty.
It was a robbery. It was an absolute robbery.
You don't have to say it. We'll say it for you.
We'll say it.
It was a liberty. Literally, like, it's a liberty. That's the only word I can use to break it down. But when can we right the wrongs and set this right? Is it on the card?
Is it in the works?
There's been no offer for a half a rematch that I know of. I think, you know, she wants to go down the undisputed. And to be fair, like, I can't dwell on it, because it would drive you insane. That's what happens in boxing. Like, I remember, like, before I had my daughter, and I'd be on Team GB and I'd go to a tournament, I'd lose it, it'd wreck me whole month. And I'd be like, I can't believe I lost. And now, like, having my little girl, and it kind of puts things into perspective. And if I did just dwell on the bad, I would never get over it. You know, the Obanov, if I would have just dwelled on that, I'd have never got over it, and even got to the point of Harper. So you have to just dust yourself off and just go again. But it is frustrating, because there was all types of promises made that night, and I do think there's a you know, try and avoid me as long as they can kind of tactic. And it might not be coming directly from Terry herself. I know she said I signed a deal, and that was with Tasha, and me and Matchroom couldn't agree a 3-fight deal that was supposed to be, but that wasn't an immediate fight with her either. That was a 3-fight deal, and she was the last fight. So I was never getting an immediate rematch ever.
Okay.
I'm with you. You know, you said something that I picked up on, And obviously, you becoming a mum. Has that changed you as a fighter? Has that changed the way you not prepare, but because you said,
is the hunger the same?
Yeah. What? Not even that. That's not even that. That's not the question. Because I know you said you can't focus on Terry and the rematch because I'm a mum and these things. So I'm just trying to hone in on that. What does that mean?
I mean, like, it just puts things into perspective. Boxing isn't the world, and it used to be, and it doesn't make me any better or worse of a fighter. It's just that it's in an order now, and boxing's not the top.
Yeah.
Like, in the, like, obviously it's very high up. It's my job. It's what I love to do. I want to see my little girl. It's so good that she's got two female role models in male dominated sport. Obviously, my little sister plays football for England and Lyon at the minute, and she doesn't say I want to be a footballer like Mo Salah, even though she loves Mo Salah. She says I want to be a footballer like my auntie Kita, and and she, like, one of my little nephews is like, I want to be a boxer like me auntie Tash, and it's they don't.
I'm dropping it. You got drop bombs in them ones.
For real, that's amazing.
That's like we are breaking down them barriers, and kids are so innocent and see it like that. It doesn't matter who the role model is. They just want to see the role model, and we're just happy to be a little bit closer to home.
Oh, that's lovely.
What do you think of the profile of women's boxing in, like, right now? Like, because I can see that Eddie Hearn, when he put on the all-female card recently, and it seems like Eddie, of all the other promoters, Eddie kind of seems to be the one kind of committed to keeping women's boxing on the main cards. Like, how do you see women's boxing right now?
I think there's loads of reasons as to why he does that, but the fact that it's there is a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
I think it's mad because we always knew how good it was. We just needed the world to see it, and it's best. You do get mismatches like you do in the men's. You do get, some rubbish fights like you do in the men's, but it seems like it's 10 times worse when the women does it. But Fight Camp especially was huge for I think Katie's always been, even as an amateur, a standout where the whole of the everywhere used to stop and watch when Katie fight, and then after the fight everyone would go and do what they were doing, but they always stayed and watched for her because she was that far ahead at one stage. I think people have caught up. I think the standards got better, and that was only going to ever happen. You need progression in every sport. We need depth. We've got that depth in amateur now. When the 2020 it was supposed to be, but 2021 team turnover and the 2024 team turnover, 2028 team turnover, we're going to have that depth, and you're going to have to raise the standards, and the standards are so high anyway. So you get all these amateur champions and European champions, Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, Anthony Joshua. You get all these champions that have come from that TB amateur setup, and because Europe is such a hard thing, that's why you can progress, and it can work for the women exactly how it does in the men. We just need to be there. We just need to be seen, and we need to have the big TV promotions. We need to have the big promoters like Eddie Hearn, like Frank Warren, like whoever. And then we need the big TV stations. We need the big corporate sponsors. We need all that because that's exactly what the men do. That's what they have. And if we had that same, we'd be just as good.
Do you reckon that the different personalities are coming in because you're seeing what Clarissa Shields is giving up? You're now getting the trash talk.
Yeah.
I think it's very quiet. It's been like we're here. We don't
expect that from the Americans, though, really, didn't we?
Yeah.
And to be fair, like Carissa's backed it up, so you can't say nothing about it because she hasn't fell at any hurdle yet. But that's you can talk yourself in and out of some huge fights. Bellew did it with Hay, with Cleverly, with he was run after and he was talking himself up. But that that's the path that you want to take to do that. do it. Other people are doing it through, results or positioning themselves in different, belts and different rankings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the way that works for me, because I'm not like sharp enough. I'm not good at them. I do come out with like good one-liners every now and again, but I have to sit back and think about it. So for me, I'd be found out. Everyone like, nah, she's a fraud. She's a fraud. I wouldn't play that one because I'm not. And to be fair, all throughout my boxing career, like I've been like, I don't know, just dead like active, as I want to say, about getting young people involved in the sport, about encouraging women to be involved in the sport, engagement within the sport, and all this thing. So for me personally, that's more important. And I would never try and knock another woman down to build myself up. So I that's not for me, because that's not the person I am at my core. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, if you're not true to yourself, you'll only get found out. So I just stick to what I am.
That's right. 100%. So do you think that's probably why there's not that much trash talk when it comes to women's boxing? Because there is that sense of togetherness, like the same kind of struggle. We're all kind of we need each other to elevate. So it's like, with that being said, you don't really turn on each other in that same kind of way as much?
Kind of. I think we could be stronger if we was more united, if I'm honest. Because, we've had discussions. I think Clarissa, Heather Hardy, myself, and a few other people have spoke up about pay and, about knowing your worth, and about, and other women have spoken up and been like, not slated us, but not really supported us either. But if we was all on the same wavelength and said, like, this is how it should be, this is, the benchmark, let's progress it from here and stay together as a unit, then it would be, I think, more effective. But I suppose, especially now, when you don't know when your next fight is, you don't even know when the board's going to open up and say there's going to be more fights, that people are scared to say no to promoters because they don't want to be took off the list to fight. And that can't happen. The promoters have got that power. So it's a catch-22. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Do you kind of fall into that category? Knowing you're an Olympian, I thought that it's a bit more different for you guys. For the Olympian route, they'll give you a bit more leeway. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
To a certain extent. I mean, I suppose it depends how much of an investment they've made in you.
Yeah.
If you've had a lot of investment, then they're gonna guide you as best as they can to get their money back from their investment. I probably, at this moment in time, the only one who's had that much investment probably would be Katie, maybe Terry now as well. And others are playing catch up, the likes of Chantel, Cameron, and Savannah. So that's you don't want to say no, and you don't want to stand up and talk about it, because like you could put yourself in a situation where you're not get chosen, or you're not getting looked after. You can be thrown to the wolves. I genuinely believe that was the plan for Harper, was that, Tasha's a good name to have on your record, like Eva Wallstrom, like whoever else, you know what I mean? So I genuinely believe that they thought I was going to be easy, and it was a good scalp for Terry to have, and that wasn't the case. And I told them that wasn't the case from the start, and no one listened.
Ferocious. Go on.
So, we were having a conversation, right, this weekend, and we were speculating, and we thought, right, we need to speak to an actual fighter for us to get like a bit of clarity on this. So let's say you're in a situation, right, a title shot has just come. It's come through your office. It's now on the table, and you're maybe 5 or 6 weeks out from the fight. It's obviously your title shot. Would you look to take that fight, even though you probably know you'd benefit from a full 12-week camp? You're not really ready, but the opportunity is amazing. Do you take that fight, or do you just let it go and hopefully it comes around again?
It all depends on you as a person and how much you believe you can do it. I would say. I think the first Harper fight, I would have had 6 or 7 weeks. Normally in a camp, I'd probably like, maybe 10. But especially now, I've got a list of all the shows that Matchroom put out, and anytime there's going to be a female one, you best believe I'll be in a training camp like there is going to be one, because people can fail a test at any time.
Right.
So, you know, you've seen a lot of, you know, small hall show boxers get opportunities at the last minute because
yes,
it's there, and you can say no. You've always got the opportunity to say no, but if you say yeah and perform well, like some of them have, then you know you open the door to I'll be used again, and also, you know, I can be a contracted boxer now to Hearn, who's got obviously Sky. So
sure.
You've just got to. It depends on you. If you don't think, you know, weight's a big issue in boxing. It depends. Some people go, you know, stones and stones over the weight, and that's going to be hard to get off in 5 weeks healthily and perform at your best, and you know, and be at your physical peak. So it all depends on how you are, you know, physically, mentally, and how well you think you can do. I don't think if you're going in thinking that you're not going to win, you're probably not. So you know, or going in thinking it's going to be a hard day. Then
that helped us. That's definitely helped me, because I'm like, I always think to myself, if you're got a big opportunity, like how I see the Ruiz moment, when Ruiz jumped into the AJ fight, know what, he might not have been ready, but look what happened on the back of it. Like, you took the chance, and so in my head, I'm always like, surely you should take the chance. Like, but then I understand losing weight healthily in 6 weeks can be difficult as well. So,
for real.
Yeah, and that can affect the performance. We always end with this question: who is your boxing role model, person that you look up to, or the person that just you get excited to watch?
There's two. So male, there's Manny Pacquiao, and again, that's obviously I like the way he boxes and stuff, and you know he's being a great champion and whatever. But it's more about his positivity that he has outside of the ring, you know, with the Philippines and where he's from, and how he uses that. And then female is Jane Couch. You know, without Jane, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. There wouldn't be a women's boxing. So, you know, you read her book and the things that she's been through. Like, we think we had it hard, and you know, you read that book and you think, wow. Like, you know, she's been through the war. She broke the walls down when there was, you know, Trump walls and sky high, and we're just climbing over the walls that she's managed to break. We've managed to get a leg over now, but she was, you know, running into them. And
we gotta drop a bomb for her. Let's go.
Yeah.
Applause as well. Come on. When you deep it as well, and I love that thing of just knowing that you come off you stand on the shoulders of someone else that is
100%
the way. I always think it's so cool when people
grounding,
because Jane wouldn't have got everything she wanted to get from the sport in terms of the payment now, and I don't even know how much, if it's gone up significantly since that time when she was getting busy to where it is now. But I love it when we look back and stuff and say,
no, and I think, you know, the whole world, everything that we do, you know, whatever that is, it's all about progression. And no matter how slow, and yet we're not where we want to be, but we are going in the right direction. And that's like, you know, when me and Jane talk, that's what we say. Like, it's not there yet, but we're slowly, you know, getting there, and we're inching our way there. So will it be ever, you know, same pay in my lifetime or my boxing lifetime? Probably not. But them girls behind us will get closer than we did, and that's the point. That's if you're not progressing, that's when there's an issue. If we're still going through the same, you know, if young England girls were going through the same thing that I was, where we only had one top between five of us, then there'd be an issue. Because I'd be like, why have these girls still not got tops when that was us 10 years ago? Why are they still in the same position? But they're not. They've got a fixed championships. They've got, you know, kit in abundance. They've got things that we didn't have, and yet we had to go through some things but it's made it a little bit easier for them ones behind us, and they'll probably get a lot further ahead than we did. And that's what it's about. It's about progressing and moving forward.
Nah, you know what,
man?
I want to see you win. You know, when you, I'm like, go on, yeah, more tops, bro. That's what I'm gonna be in the
tops,
the damn tops, bro. Nah, oh man, that's amazing.
A little bit older, I speak a little bit wiser now. You would have said that at 21, it wouldn't have been the same answer.
Oh no, that's maybe yeah.
No.
We're rooting for you. Listen, Undefeated, we're rooting for you. Thank you for coming on the Red Corner. As we said, we say this, and we always say this, like, you're always welcome. We can do little catch-ups and stuff like that, but we're laser focused on your career now, and I hope you achieve everything that you set out for.
For real.
Oh, cheers, thank you. And you know, it is publications like yourself that we need us out there in a positive light, showing us, like, you know, the people behind the boxes, because you only see us in the ring for 20 minutes, but really and truly, there's a 16-year way of hard graft that no one ever sees. And, you know, as like I said, we just need you to keep promoting us in a positive way.
Come on,
100%.
You got
100%.
Yay! No, that was wicked. I'm going to ring the bell.
Thank you so much, Natasha. We really appreciate it, man.
Oh,
cheers.
Man.
I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Cool.
Undisputed.
Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated Podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff. Make sure and come back, bruv. Tell a friend, tell your grandma, tell your dad, tell everyone, tell your cousins. Let's go.